Did you vote for Mr. and Miss THS but missed the announcement? Well, this week we will take a look at this year's new Miss and Mr. THS. We will also see which school Robert will choose to continue on his track journey. Thanks for coming back to another episode of WTHS News. I'm Mariah Cole. This year's duo elected for Mr. and Miss THS is Olivia Hamby and Tom Henry Brister. Olivia is a varsity cheerleader and is grateful for everything the high school has brought her.
Tupelo High School really does mean the world to me. I love this place. I met so many people here, so many friends, even just from classes to extracurricular involvement. I've just made so many friends along the way, and I cherish every single memory.
Tom Henry, the P of our Tupelo boys, was not expecting this great honor.
I was very excited when I heard the news, and I was very surprised also because everybody on the ballot was very deserving.
As their senior year wraps up, the class of 2022 plans to finish strong.
To all of my classmates, I just want to say a big thank you and that I love y'all so much. I know we're going to do amazing things in the future and can't wait for it.
Tupelo's graduation rates have increased over the years. Shelbie gives us more insight.
Congratulations are in order for Tupelo High School alumni of 2021. It was announced that the class reached a graduation rate of 90%. This is the highest rate in school history for Tupelo High School. Principal Mr. Dobbs describes the achievement as a huge accomplishment for the students in Tupelo High School and for the staff and the teachers of Tupelo High School.
That was a number that I remember writing down and presenting that to THS staff about 4 or 5 years ago. And we've been there, been there meaning like we've been at 88%, 89%, 87%, 88%. You're knocking on that door, but you got to realize with average 500 per class, that's a hard number to move. And once you start getting higher, you just got to work harder, work harder, work harder. So, of course, our next goal is going to be 91%. We'd love to get to that. And eventually, we want everybody to graduate, that 100% mark.
Paris Lehman is a graduate of 2021 who now attends Nicholas State University. She credits her position in college to the many resources she was provided with at Tupelo High.
Resources that Tupelo has provided, like tutors and counselors, to really help me understand what I need to do to have success outside of the classroom and when I graduate, and to be able to pursue college is something that I'll forever be thankful for, because where I'm at now is some place I never thought I would be. So having those resources really helped me achieve my goals.
Class of 2020 senior year was cut short due to COVID, but this has not stopped THS alumni Kendall Shoemaker from supporting class of 2021 on their 90% graduation rate.
I think it's amazing to see that 90% of the class graduating. I think, me personally, when I realized that, I was lost for words, because I remember how hard it was to graduate. I remember being frustrated with school. I remember not wanting to get up and go to school. I remember all that. I remember the hard times, and it's all worth it. I'm in college now. You have so much to look forward to. So I'm just so proud of everybody that graduated.
Teachers and staff play a major role in Tupelo High's grad rate also. Mr. Dodd believes that your teachers from previous years to now contribute to your success as a whole.
We're there to encourage them and guide them and make sure they stay on the right path, and nobody does it better than our teachers, and our students. This class especially, class of 2021. We're about to have 2022 graduation. They set the bar high for you guys and stuff, and they did 100% of it.
The 90% graduation rate is not only an achievement for the class of 2021, but it's encouragement for the future graduates of THS. Graduation is right around the corner, so be on the lookout for the class of 2022. I'm Shelbie Spain, WTHS News.
Thanks, Shelbie. It's always great to learn about our school. Coming up, our very own Robert Hooper will be officially signing for his ongoing track career. Maddie takes the lead with sports.
Hi, I'm Maddie James, and welcome to this week's edition of WTHS Sports Media. 2 weeks ago, track hosted the Golden Wave Invitational at 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, with the meet being called early due to weather concerns. Track results from this past meet were Kamaya Cooperwood placing first in the 100-meter dash, also bringing herself her personal record of 12:97, Aaliyah Cooper placing third in the 100-meter hurdles, Jarmisha McKinney placing second in the 400-meter dash, and Robert Hooper placing third in the 400-meter dash. Distance runners included Brooklyn Morgan winning first place in the mile and Emma Scruggs placing third. As for our field events, Jordan Ivy placed first in shot put, Dorian Snow placed second in shot put, and Tiberius Green and Jacob Tart placed third and fourth in discus. This week, track will host the Tupelo Invitational today at 2 o'clock. Tupelo Track and Cross Country also hosted a signing this Thursday in the Media Center, with senior Robert Hooper signing with Tennessee State College.
It means a lot to me because, just getting to this point, it took a lot of pain and adversity and all that. So just to know that it just paid off and it's going to pay for my college and let me go to the next level, I really just love that.
With many seniors graduating this year, be sure to check in next week as we highlight soccer signings. Baseball and softball division games have also started, with softball playing Grenada on Thursday and baseball facing Starkville at 5 and 7 tonight. Baseball will also play Starkville tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Tupelo Archery hosted a meet on Monday against Baldwin at 5, with the Golden Wave Archery team coming out on top with a score of 3,239 against Baldwin. Junior Jake Milstead was the overall high scorer with a score of 282, and senior Emily Paul leading the girls with 277. Archery also hosted its senior night against Baldwin, with seniors being recognized for all of their hard work this season. Tennis had a match at Grenada this Thursday and a match this Saturday versus New Albany and Lewisburg at 1 and 3:30. Golf also traveled to the Starkville Country Club for the Starkville Invitational on Monday for a match at 10 o'clock. The boys claimed second place while the girls claimed fourth. The next meet will be the Mississippi State Invitational. That's all for this week's sports, so be sure to check back next week for more sports updates. I'm Maddie James, WTHS Sports Media.
Thanks, Maddie. This past weekend, Mad Jazz attended the World Series Heritage Festival competition in California. The Magicals won first place gold in the chamber division, competing against 9 choirs. Mad Jazz Varsity Choir won second place in the gold concert choir division and won first place superior gold in the vocal jazz division. In addition, Mad Jazz was invited to attend the World Strides Festival of Gold next year at Carnegie Hall.
The exciting part about being a member of Mad Jazz is that you get to sing all different kinds of music. And I think that Mad Jazz did a super job of transitioning from varsity choir music to vocal jazz music to madrigal music. That's the challenge of it, and successfully did it, considering how well we scored at the competition. So it was, I think, a great experience.
This Thursday, Mad Jazz traveled to Oxford to compete in the state competition. Congratulations, Mad Jazz. This week, Charlie English gives us insight on Mrs. Kit Stafford and how art has influenced her career.
You create this thing, you make something, and you put it out into the world, and it's wonderful to see other people interacting with it.
Kit Stafford has made the world her canvas with a variety of murals and paintings placed around our area. Although Ms. Stafford is the Director of Arts Integration for the Tupelo Public School District, she also does art in her free time, making it her full-time career.
Miss Stafford always had an affection for art, but she didn't have the resources that were necessary to further her passion, which forced her to find other options to develop herself.
I didn't have art teachers all through school. We had one art teacher. It was in 5th and 6th grade. His name was Mr. Tom, and he made me absolutely love art. And as a high school student, we didn't have all of the electives and art options that we have here in Tupelo. So I just kind of sought out art teachers and art workshops and classes.
Miss Stafford was completely sold on making art her life, but she wasn't sure what she wanted to specialize in.
I went to Mississippi State and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts. I loved painting and drawing. I actually started out as a graphic designer, but decided I really liked the messier side of art. I liked the painting and the drawing.
Eventually, Miss Stafford decided that she wanted to share her love of art with others. So with the help of some friends, she chose to pursue a career in education.
I had some fellow teachers that approached me and said, hey, we've got an art teacher position at Pierce Street. You need to come teach. You would be great. And I come from a long line of teachers, so it was just kind of in my blood, in my heart.
There's never an off period for Miss Stafford, as she always has another project planned.
We've got some proposed murals for Saltillo, and proposed murals for Pontotoc again. But you know, we're just open to projects and open to ideas.
While it may be a lot of work, Miss Stafford still enjoys the moments that she's able to experience during the process.
I love working on smaller paintings that I can work on in my studio, but I will say it's been really special working with my oldest daughter. She and I have worked on some murals together, and so that's really meaningful.
But like every great artist, she is her greatest critic.
Sometimes I'm just really pleased with it or thrilled, but then I come back and look at it and you always kind of second guess yourself. I think that's the nature of artists. You always kind of look at things and say, what could I have done better? What would I do differently if I were going to paint this again?
But the response from others makes it all worthwhile, as Miss Stafford enjoys seeing others take in her work.
But there is great pride when you see other people enjoying it. The guitars that we created for downtown Tupelo, all the schools, K through 12, made those, and it's so fun to see visitors coming into Tupelo and posing with the guitars.
I'm Charlie English, and this is WTHS News.
That's all for this week. Be sure to follow us on all our social media accounts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, I'm Mariah Cole with this week's edition of WTHS News. Have a great weekend.